Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining for another edition of the Nonprofit Impact Exchange with the Nonprofit Partnership. My name is Michelle Byerly, the Executive Director, and I am happy to have my guest here today from Long Beach Gives, Carrie Eldridge. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, nice to be
Thank,
here.
thank you for joining us today. The Nonprofit Impact Exchange is a place where we talk about the impact nonprofits in collaboration with other sectors are really making a difference in our community. And so I am excited to highlight Long Beach Gives today and talk a little bit more about the impact that's had over time. So we first want to thank the Port of Long Beach for sponsoring our series, for sponsoring Long Beach Gives, for being a great supporter of nonprofits in the community. So thank you for that. As we jump in, I would love to first start, Carrie, to hear a little bit about you and how you found yourself running this Long Beach Gives campaign.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, first of all, for having me today. I'm really excited to share some information about Long Beach Gives and what it does for our community and our nonprofits and our CBOs. But I came to Long Beach Gives in a kind of roundabout way. I spent the first 20 years of my career in pharmaceutical sales, so in the for-profit sector. But during that time, I became very involved in my own nonprofit, which is my neighborhood group. And so I've been a board member with the AOC7 nonprofit for a number of years now. And when my last pharmaceutical gig came to an end, I knew I wanted to move into nonprofits and really do what spoke to my heart and give back to the community that I love. And so, yeah, I found this amazing, amazing group with Long Beach Gives, or we are able to support our CBOs. So.
That's amazing. I think Long Beach Gives is happy to have you. And so, to get started, for those that don't know, can you tell us about the history of Long Beach Gives? How long have you been around, and what does Long Beach Gives do for the community?
Perfect. Yes, so Long Beach Gives began 6 years ago. We are heading into our seventh season this summer. It was began by Julie Meenan, who has been a grantee for a number of years with the Josephine S. Gumbiner Foundation. And during that time, she went back to school and studied Giving Days. And the reason she did this is she saw that in our community, in our nonprofit community, too much reliance was being put on the foundations for supporting our nonprofits. And that's not sustainable. There's no long term future. Your foundations, they'll either sunset or they have to support other nonprofits. And you really need sustainable income for our nonprofits to create that consistency that our community deserves. So Julie created Long Beach Gives as a platform for nonprofits to share their stories, to tell the community what they're doing. And then we have Long Beach Gives Day, which is the day when the community turns around and gives back and supports the nonprofits that speak to them. So it's a really, really cool opportunity for nonprofits to reach out, touch their friends and neighbors, share their stories, share their passion. So,
Great. So Long Beach's own Giving Tuesday,
yes.
Giving Thursday, and big shout out to Julie Meenan for having the idea and bringing this. Who spent many years at the head of the Josephine Gumbiner Foundation, still there, but also helped to found the nonprofit partnership. And so always looking for ways to have more resources for nonprofits. So, what are the nuts and bolts of Long Beach Gives? It is a online giving campaign. It exists out in the online universe. What does that look like for organizations? How many are participating? What types of organizations?
Those are great questions. Yeah, so it is an online campaign. So earlier this year in January, we opened up applications. So any nonprofit who is doing good in the city of Long Beach, you don't have to be based in Long Beach. You can be in a nonprofit or a fiscally sponsored nonprofit. It's free for them to join and apply. And once they apply, they set up their online platform at longbeachgives.org. They create a page that tells their story, that shares who they're supporting, what they're doing in the community, and then we do a number of trainings over the summer. We bring our nonprofits together in one place for the summit, which is very exciting. It's a great place for collaboration. We do trainings on, how to best reach your donors, how to make it fun, how to bring the fun back in fundraising. Um, and then after those trainings happen in September, the third Thursday in September is Long Beach Gives Day. There's an early giving that opens a week before, and we raise millions of dollars from our community to support the nonprofits for our city. So,
Right. And so each of those nonprofits has their own page. They're getting their community members to have giving pages, and they're going out there and really raising money for their causes. And so I know as a partner with Long Beach Gives, the nonprofit partnerships helps to support those trainings along the way. So when it comes time for the campaign, they have the skills and the tools and the marketing to really amplify that campaign. And then if you go online during the month of September, all I see is nonprofits who are talking
Mhm.
about the great impact that they're having. So it's an amazing movement that you're at the lead of.
Yes, and it goes back to that sustainability idea. The reason Long Beach Gives is around is for sustainability in our nonprofits, and this training gives our nonprofits their own ability to create sustainability within themselves. So it provides a lot more than just a giving day for the nonprofits. It's a very cool opportunity.
Tell us a little bit more. How many nonprofits typically participate in the campaign each year? What are their budget sizes? Are they all volunteer run? Are they large organizations? What different nonprofit categories are out there?
That's a really great question. This year we have over 290 nonprofits participating. This is the most ever. It's kind of gone up every year as we've done this campaign. Last year, I believe there was 264. They range in budget size. It can be anywhere from Goodwill Industries, which is known across the world, to AOC7 Neighborhood Organization, which is a tiny organization that I'm a part of. So they range, we consider them in small, medium, and large categories. And we end up with about an equal distribution. We end up with about 33% of our nonprofits being the under $100,000, mostly, probably all volunteer, 30% being between 100,000 and a million, and 30% being over that $1 million. Larger, they have, a full investment of employees and whatnot. So yeah, we get a really equal diversification in size.
Right. And that really helps, I think, when everybody's doing something together, just use all our resources at the same time.
Mhm.
And so I know that there are many different types of organizations. And so I think on Long Beach Gives website, you list 16 different cause areas.
Mhm.
So every Long Beach has a wealth of nonprofits. And really, I think there's a nonprofit for everyone. So if I wanted to check out the nonprofits, where do I go?
Okay, that is a great question also. So it is super, super easy to search longbeachgives.org. First of all, that's the website name, longbeachgives.org. You can search by, as Michelle mentioned, the 16 different areas. There's everything from animal rescue to supporting women and children to LGBTQ to supporting seniors, anything that your heart speaks to, anything where you find your passion, you will be able to find it there. You can also search by council district. And you can do a multi-layered search. You can say, who's rescuing animals in District 5? I just found this cat on the street. What do I do with it? It's a very easy resource that you can search in location and by what you're interested in. So
Great. So another aspect of Long Beach Gives that I know we've talked about is the collaboration among the entire community. So the spirit of philanthropy everywhere. And so can you talk a little bit about your collaboration with our city, elected officials, with the businesses, small businesses, large businesses? How does Long Beach Gives amplify all of those different parts of the community?
yeah, no, and Long Beach Gives really is kind of a connection point to a lot of different parts of the community. We have our nonprofits who we are serving, who we're providing the platform for, but we also bring that in front of the city council, to the mayor's office. It gives our nonprofits the opportunity to be in front of our government officials. We also do, like you said, work with the businesses. Our nonprofits have their own business relationships. Many of them will do fundraisings with different businesses in the community, but we are also supported by businesses in the community that see the benefit our nonprofits bring, and they want to continue to be able to provide Long Beach Gives as a free fundraising opportunity for the nonprofits in our city. So it's really a connection point between the for-profit, the nonprofit, and the government is where Long Beach Gives lives. That is our homeland.
And I know the chamber is a big supporter of that, and all of the sponsors of Long Beach Gives. get together to really support the community, and the chamber catalyzes that space.
Mhm.
And like you said, if a business is out there and wants to get involved, the relationship doesn't have to be with Long Beach Gives as an entity. It can be with the Boys and Girls Club or the Arts Council or Able Arts Works. And so finding a way to connect and support the community through one nonprofit or through all of the nonprofits, Long Beach Gives provides a great space for that.
And on that front, if a business does have a nonprofit that they already have a relationship with, that they already love, they can create a page that says, "My business supports women's shelter. This is a nonprofit that we support because this is what we care about." And I can help them with that. If they want to set up a page that say, "We support women's shelter," that way they can tell their employees, they can tell their customers, "We're supporting women's shelter through Long Beach Gives." It really just shows their philanthropic side of their business. So.
Thanks for that. And so we know the campaign happens in September. It sounds like nonprofits are getting support year round or building up to that campaign day. And then you mentioned a little bit about what Long Beach Gives does and the off time. So how can I use the website? How can I use those
Mhm.
resources? What are some of the ways that Long Beach Gives kind of gives back throughout the year?
Yeah, so it is a 1 week fundraising campaign in September. And for the other 51 weeks of the year, we are essentially a directory to all the nonprofits that are working here in the city of Long Beach. Everyone who is signed up, because it is free to anyone who is here doing good. Every nonprofit on there is verified. We verify that they are a nonprofit, that they have programming in our city, so we know that when you reach, you can use it to find who's doing good in your neighborhood, in your city, and reach out to them. And they are a safe place for you to connect if you want to volunteer. If you, like I said, if you find a cat on the street and you want to know who's rescuing animals in District 5, you can go District 5 rescuing animals. When you get to their website, you're going to find their information, you're going to find their emails, you can contact, get a hold of them. So it really is, it's a directory of just amazing nonprofits all across our city that I hope people use on a regular basis, to get what they need to volunteer when they have the opportunity to give back. So,
Great. So I know you mentioned just last year there was 260 something organizations. I think over time it's over 300. If I'm a new nonprofit to the area or I just haven't participated yet, how do I get involved?
yes, I actually get that question a lot because when people hear about it, they're like, "What? This is amazing." So, January is about approximately the time that we open up registration on longbeachgives.org. If you do have questions before that, you can always email info@longbeachgives.org and ask any question you have. But come first part of the year, we open up registration. You can register. I can walk you through, how to do that if you have questions or issues. But yeah, if you're a nonprofit and you're doing good in our street, like, we want you to join. We want you to be a part of this amazing campaign. So really show the breadth of what people are doing in our city.
Great, thank you. And I just want to thank you for all of the work you do. Is there any final thoughts or anything you want to add before we close out today?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to meet with you today. Thank you for the platform to share, what Long Beach Gives is, and more importantly, to share what all our nonprofits are doing in our city. Please go online, go to longbeachgives.org. Whether it's September or May or January, it doesn't matter. Go on, see what people are doing, see what speaks to you, find your passion, use it to really connect with yourself and the city that we live in. So,
Great.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Carrie. Thank you again to the Port for sponsoring our interview series, and we hope to see you again next time. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.